Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing my 3 non-negotiables for skin, gut and mental health. It's taken me 30 years to realise that these 3 things are deeply interlinked, and rather than do things separately that target these 3 things individually, I prefer to cultivate long-term habits that honour them simultaneously. And there are some things that are an absolute must to naturally achieve balance for all 3. Starting off with one of my favourites, of course, tea. Incorporating as much tea into my life where I can. Herbs are an incredibly effective way of getting in those minerals and those micronutrients, keeping yourself hydrated and healthy from the inside out. Starting with something that's an absolute must for women in particular, this is something that single-handedly helped me heal and get control over my hormonal acne and helped me build and have a healthier relationship to my body. And that's eating a hearty breakfast every single morning. As someone who grew up an avid breakfast skipper because I didn't know any better, building this habit was actually quite hard for me. I've never been super hungry in the mornings and thought it was just my fast metabolism until I realised that my lack of hunger coupled with high anxiety throughout the day was actually a sign of high cortisol, and skipping breakfast was making it so much worse. Women are cyclical beings, meaning our bodies rely on predictability and regularity with food. Eating a breakfast that's naturally protein, fibre and carb rich helps balance out hormones, stabilise our blood sugar levels, which is a big acne contributor, and give our hormones the fuel they need to do what they need to do for us. I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to eat the same thing. So I'm having some oats with almond butter, blueberries, cinnamon, and a blend of nut and seeds, which are high in omegas, healthy fats, and natural protein. I've also got my favourite fruit in the whole world, which is passion fruit. I absolutely love this fruit. It's just so hard to eat it in a civilised way. So I'm eating it how I would if I were living my island dreams. The best. Hydration is also a big key here, so making sure that we're having enough tea and water or electrolytes throughout the day, as well as supplementing based on what your body's needs are. I personally prefer bioavailable food-based supplements that work synergistically with my hormones. Right, I know that there's so much negative stigma about the sun these days, but this is a really important one. We all need vitamin D in our lives. Most importantly, bioactive forms of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a highly anti-inflammatory, antibacterial and anti-parasitic vitamin, amongst so many other great things. And although we all have vitamin D receptors in our cells, there's a growing amount of the population that isn't getting enough of it, and it's essentially blinding those receptors, meaning that we're not absorbing vitamin D properly and certainly not using it to heal the body as we should. So exposing ourselves to the most natural form of vitamin D that there is in form of sunlight is the best way to dose ourselves with this incredibly healing and medicinal vitamin. Exposing yourself to sunlight first thing in the morning helps regulate our circadian rhythm, our nervous system, it encourages our immune cells to mature, and countless other internal systems that rely on sunlight for optimum function. If you know me, you know I love a good farmer's market, so I'm topping up on my daily dose of vitamin D by heading to the farmer's market to stock up on some seasonal fruit and veg, and hopefully pet loads of strange dogs on the way. Right, next is skincare, which is one of my favourite topics. I've been immersed in the beauty and skincare world for so many years. And what's interesting about skincare is that what you're putting on it doesn't just impact your skin, it actively impacts hormone health and gut health. And this is so important to understand as a woman, because I think that often we don't correlate skincare to like affecting other parts of the body. It's always better to use products with ingredients that are naturally derived, that don't contain endocrine or hormone disrupting ingredients, and things that will actually feed and nourish your skin without disrupting your skin and gut microbiome. Remembering that the skin is an organ that helps your body detox from the outside in. So this is essentially what grants you youthful and healthy skin, other than a balanced lifestyle, of course. When Tara Banks said the best makeup item in our bag was a good night's sleep, she was not joking. The more research I come across on sleep, the more I wish it didn't take me this long. Everything in our bodies rely on getting enough sleep. Hormone health, immune health, brain longevity, you name it. I haven't always had a great relationship to sleep. As a mum, it can be quite hard to have good quality sleep, but I am really trying, especially for my skin and especially for my mental health. As part of my routine to help me achieve a deeper sleep, there are a few absolute essentials, starting with this infrared light, which not only helps rejuvenate my skin on a cellular level, but it also helps regulate my nervous system. I'm obsessed with this pillow mist made with beautiful organic essential oils, again for deeper relaxation, fit for those like me who love delicious scents. Really important one for me is taking active forms of magnesium or plant-based extracts in form of tinctures like these, which are high in natural magnesium, and again, it just helps regulate your nervous system and relax your mind and body. Can we just take a minute for these beautiful peonies? It's peony season, or peony, whatever they're called. I've just been absolutely loving these in my home. And that's pretty much it. As well as PM skincare, which is again another skin non-negotiable for me, there is so much you can do to ease your relationship to sleep. Just before I forget, I really want to mention an important one, and that is cutting out doom scrolling and instead choosing things that are a little bit gentler on the subconscious mind, like reading a book, reading inspiring words, or cool non-fiction stories, whatever works for you. I hope that this video has inspired you guys to romanticize your wellness and take a little bit better care of yourselves one step at a time.